this is Eric with Lilleys Landing Resort and Marina. Today is October 16th, 2025. And I'm not too far upstream. Weather's pretty nice today. We're probably looking at upper 60s as it's heating up. Should maybe get into about the mid 80s today. But I brought my fly fishing rod. Hopefully give us a good shot to see what happens. I got it already a little damp, but right now we do have a pink power worm, or pink mega worm, mega worm. Forgive me if I get tongue twisted today. I have not been talking very well. I've got a lot on my mind, but hopefully it's fishing. But we're gonna see how well the pink mega worm does. If all else fails, I did bring a jigging rod, and I've got a little brown and red head here. Right now we're just gonna probably tilt over to this side. Just work this bank. But here's what I'm gonna do. Trying to give these guys some space. All right, let's turn this down a little bit. Got some folks from Fall Creek Marina, it looks like. I know on the way up here I did see some individuals catching some fish in the boat behind us, so that's a good sign. Heard lots of reports recently. There's been a lot of fish here, and like I said, it's been a while since I've fly fish, so forgive me if I get all this not so figured out, because it's just been a while. So that's the problem when you just haven't gone fly fishing in a while. I don't have the mega worm super deep. It's probably about 3 feet under this strike indicator. And honestly, I'm not sure how well it's gonna do. Last time I fished with one of these, there's some fish right up there. So last time I fished with a mega worm was actually down in Roark Creek. I had it set to about 2-3 feet, and I was catching some trout down in there. I also did catch one little baby largemouth bass actually, so that was fun. I don't know, I may not have this set deep enough. Like I said, this is probably set more for a creek. Like I said, if I need to, I'll try to work a jig, but we're just gonna see if there's any fish out here today. Did get to talk with Blake Wilson, one of our guides, this morning, and they caught some fish off some night crawlers and power bait. They did pretty good. I don't know if this first cast, if we'll really get much of anything, but like I said, I may have not set the depth on this that deep. Like I said, last time I used this mega worm, not this specific color, but last time I used the mega worm I was in a creek, so usually in a creek you don't need it super deep. But some of these fish I have noticed were biting topwater earlier. There's still a bunch of fish out here. We had some rental boats that said they saw a bunch of fish. They caught some up near this area. And yeah, sometimes it just takes some time though. All right, well, this is gonna be my first cast, and I got nothing on that one. Like I said, I may need to set this deeper, but for now, we're just gonna see what's in this bank. Like I said, I saw a fish a little bit earlier, but yeah, we'll just kind of see what happens today. All right, it's been a nice calm morning. Like I said, the temperature was a little bit nice earlier. I just don't know if I'm gonna have the right depth. And I really don't want to have to add more tippet line. But I probably should have tied extra tippet on this lead, because like I said, I don't have much left on this. And I just don't think I'm deep enough. I mean, that's not deep enough. That mega worm's maybe getting 2 feet under that, I'm noticing. Doesn't mean you couldn't get a fish, but if I'm gonna get the ideal fish, I probably, most definitely, should set that tippet much further than about 2 feet under there. I went ahead and moved my strike indicator about 1 foot higher on the thinner part of the lead, but I don't even think 3 feet is going to be deep enough. That is part of fishing, is just trying to figure out what's going to work. And I think what I'm going to do, since I didn't get this set up good, like I said, that's not deep enough. We're just going to try some jig fishing this morning and see what happens. I like using the mega worms. They actually are a lot of fun. But if you don't have the right depth, it could take a long time to catch a fish. And I don't even know if the fish are up where I'm at. Like I said, I saw a few biting up top earlier. And I've seen some people catching over on this bank. As the sun's coming out, I decided to come over to this side. But here's what we got. We got a little Lilley's landing jig. We got the orange head with the brown. It's been kind of a staple recently, but I might actually throw it out here, to be honest with you. Might see what happens if I get a little deeper. And if you're curious what size, this should be right around that 1/16th, which is pretty good. It might actually be a little bit less than that. It kind of looks like a 1/16th. It's been a while since I've, like I said, fly fished. It's not like it's a problem. It's just when the water is calm like this, this can be really good for fly fishing. I just don't fly fish enough that I wanted to try to use that mega worm. I mean, I still could, but I just think my leader, or my tippet on the end of the lead, is not really deep enough. I'm just gonna see if we can, maybe with using this jig, we might be able to tell how deep these bites are actually going to be. So Here's a nice little rule of thumb for you if you're trying to figure out where the bite is. You could throw a jig and kind of see where you're getting some bites at, about what depth you think you might be at. You know, the sad thing is I just haven't been fishing in, it's been a while. And it's, honestly, when you haven't been fishing in a while, it kind of can make things feel just a little abnormal. I'm gonna try by this bank here. Of course, now you guys are on the other side. I forgot to change the camera, but see, I think I'm just off today. I'm not even sure if I'm gonna catch any fish with just the way I feel off. We'll see. Oh. I might have just got snagged on something. I can't tell if I'm getting a fish interested. But if I am getting a fish interested, let me get this camera moved over for you guys. There might be some fish over here in this little bank area. Here, I'm gonna move this just slightly. All right. Like I said, I feel a little off because I haven't fished in a while. And it's important to, you know, if it's something you enjoy doing, you got to make sure you're out enjoying it and doing it. It just helps you be better prepared. I can't tell if I'm getting bites. I might be getting some bites over there. It's possible the mega worm might work at that depth. I mean, I feel like I'm either snagging on some grass or something near the bank there, where I might be getting potential bites, but it doesn't feel like bites. It just feels like I'm getting snagged on something a little bit. It did look like I saw a little bit of a fish just further up from us. Kind of just don't know what he was doing. Maybe biting something a little bit up top. Man, it feels weird fishing because I haven't fished in so long. That's a weird feeling. I don't know if any of you have, you know, sometimes just gone out and you want to go fishing, but when you're trying to fish for like one cast, you're like, man, it feels weird to be trying to fish professionally and try to show you guys that conditions out here are great for fishing. But man, I just feel like I'm not in sync with everything. But that's all right, you know, when you're fishing. Oh, we just had a big fish bite right below us, so they are around this area. So at least I know I'm in the right spot, guys. I just got to get these fish enticed. You know, on calm waters like this, something like a mega worm can do really, really well. A pink power worm under a float or a strike indicator would do really good too. You could do a fly under a float as well. Like I said, it's setting the depth is going to be the most crucial and most important aspect of that. what's tough is even though I can be using a jig right now, a jig can be difficult because sometimes when the water's off, you just need something that's not too aggressive. And if you pull these jigs a little too quickly, it might be a little too aggressive for the fish to want to go after. So, yet again, we're just going to try to see if we can get some fish entertained by the idea of a jig here. And it could be the wrong color. Maybe I should have brought a different. I do have different colors if I need to change something out. Who knows, we could catch a big fish today, or we could catch some small ones. People have been catching some small ones, but recently on the dock, we did have a 21-inch fish caught off the dock the other day. So if you are all out and about, like I said, when the water's calm like this is a great time to go dock fishing. There's been lots of fish caught off the dock. Yeah, see, I feel out of sync because I haven't fished in so long. I just feel like it's been a while since I've jigged fish. That's usually the preferred method. I do like to jig fish a lot. I tend to do pretty well. It's one of my go-tos. I like the technicality of jig fishing. I mean, every type of form of fishing, there's a little bit of technicality to it all, so. This looks like a nice deep pocket over here. But like I said, I haven't seen any fish like eating close by, like super close by, but they're within range for sure. Like not, you know, within about 50 to 100 feet have I seen some fish. Oh, I'm getting some bites, I think. And those are some quick bites. Alright, so at least I do feel like we got some fish action around here. So I may go back to the mega worm. The mega worm might be deep enough because, like I said, I don't know. Around some of these ridges, it might not hurt to be 5 feet, but I don't know. Sometimes 3 feet is going to be deep enough. I feel like that was not that deep where I was just at. I mean, that seemed like that was within about 3 or 4 feet deep when I got those bites, so maybe that mega worm might do pretty well over here. It's just hard to tell where the fish are at, but might not be a bad idea to switch back. But let's see if maybe this jig, since I am getting some bites on it, let's see if maybe I might be able to get something. And if I want, maybe toward the end of the video, I'll try to switch back to the mega worm, see what happens. Oops. Well, that was you know what, under the boat. That's kind of a funny placement, but it might work. Now, as I threw that jig over there, apparently I just barely hit enough little bit of grass over there. Yeah, it's funny, with these sunglasses I can actually see the edge where I'm at, this bank where I'm at. it just drops off. Sorry for the delay, I just was listening to that clock chime a little bit. Yeah, it does. It goes from being like a cliffside to just kind of cliffs down. So at least we know there's some bites out there. I'd say that probably could have been a couple potential misses. But sometimes when they bite that quick, it is so hard to react. It can be very difficult to react. But you know, that's the thing about today. I just feel like I'm a little off today. Like I normally feel like I'm ready to catch fish, but today, I don't know. I just haven't fished in so long, it's feeling a little foreign to me. Because last time I went fishing, I was using sorry, I got stuck in that tree there. Honestly, it might not hurt to try off to this side, but alright, I think we'll try one more cast with this. Oh, it's just been a while since I've thrown a jig. I feel like I don't know how to throw a jig anymore. There we go, I got in the weeds again. Golly. I am not in the groove today, my goodness. Like I said, fishing just feels foreign to me today. I've just been super busy lately with things in my personal life and, you know, Bible study with Phil. And then we started a men's Bible study group. Me and a couple of guys from Lilley's Landing with some guys that I worked with at Sight and Sound Theaters. And yeah, it's been going really good. We've been studying the book of Daniel, so that's been a really cool thing. Really cool to know we kind of organized it and put this group together, and it's been a blast. Trying to invite as many men as we can to the group, and it's been a blast. Just trying to meet different locations, trying to make it organic, meeting on different days. You know, when you work in a place like Branson, everybody's got a different work schedule, so you just try to do what works best for everybody's schedule and trying to make it as easy as possible for people to get the Word of God in their daily life and get some really good deep dive study in on things that are fascinating. Daniel's really a fascinating book full of lots of prophecies that happened back then to things that are still yet to happen. So definitely worth deep diving. I think I'm going to try going back to this megaworm and see if this happens, if anything happens. But yeah, like I said, I just feel a little off because I've just been so busy working on stuff lately with the Bible study groups and other study groups and helping people out with appliance repair. If you ever need any appliance repair, that's what I do on the side, so try to help people out. But I guess we'll try the megaworm, see if we get anything good. And I don't know, we may have to call it a day because things are good. It's just not easy when you're out of sync and it's just been a long time. I think what I'm going to do is take us up a little bit further. these wakes here. Oh. It's a problem when you do that. You tilt that just enough. When you're standing, it can all of a sudden just give you a thrust. But yeah, I'm gonna come up just slightly over here. Maybe we'll try to work this ridge just a little bit. I'm gonna turn down the speed here. Alright. Like I said, it's just been a while since I fished, so it's just taking me a second to kind of get acclimated. It's like, my goodness gracious. See what happens with this mega worm. Like I said, it's not set super deep, but you know, being behind the shade in this area, it may not need to be. It may not need to be. I got a little bit of wind today, so that's what's making this a little challenging. But I'd say I probably had a couple misses with that jig, but that was the only time I think I felt something. Yeah, the problem is when you just don't do something enough, when you feel a little out of sync, it makes it hard to do it and feel like you're ready for it. Like I said, I'm trying an area that some people recommended from fishing yesterday. See how well it does. And like I said, it's not far from our dock. Probably just about, yeah, I'd say maybe just about a block or two up on this left-hand ridge. Right now, I feel like that's pretty good. Just trying to get it to where hopefully something might see it. I do enjoy fly fishing though, because it is very therapeutic. If you've never done it, it is quite the experience. I've always been into spinning rods for a very long time. And finally, Taylor let me borrow one of his, and I got to liking it so quickly off the first time I used one. I went out and bought my own within probably the first week, and yeah, it was. I realized I just like how quickly it is to, you know, you can do a side cast like that. Oh. Trying to get my line, but it almost looked like a fish swam up and looked at the mega worm when it first went in. I mean, I have noticed there are definitely some fish around here. This is a pretty good ridge where I'm at. Like I said, I do have just a slight breeze. I feel like everything just slowly kind of drags me downstream just slightly. Like I said, I don't normally try to work this bank, and like I said, I also am not down super deep. Honestly, I wonder, just for the fun of it, guys, here's what I'm gonna do. Because I don't think I'm deep enough with this strike indicator, I'm just gonna do it by hand. Meaning, no strike indicator, we're just gonna do it by feel. Oh, there's some big wakes, holy macaroni. Golly, gracious me. Why do people wake so big like that? Wow. That was a big wake. I didn't know it until I felt it. So that's the fun thing about it. I had no idea until I felt how much the boat lifted on that. That was fun. Oh, it's almost like a carnival ride. Alright, so we took just the strike indicator off, which, like I said, I wouldn't normally recommend fishing a mega worm without one. It's helpful to have it, but because I just didn't have enough tippet tied on this, and I'm still getting wakes from some of these boats, and they're just rocking. Man, when the water's off, they just rock you. Whew. See, that's another thing. I haven't been out on the water in a boat, and it's been a while. It's been a little too long, to be honest with you. All right, so we got our little strike indicator off, so that means I'm really gonna have to just monitor the worm and really feel, which is okay because you can feel pretty good on one of these. So, all right, where are we at? Here we go. My goodness gracious. All right. But yeah, we're just going to try to do it by hand and see what happens. See if we can get some depth. Sometimes fishing, you just gotta sometimes do stuff outside the box. Sometimes you can get some fish that way, doing things that are just not normal. Does it mean it's easy? No. It just means it can be a little trickier, but we know kind of how far our leader is. At least I can still kind of see the worm. Give it a couple little. At least I know I'm getting it down, you know, between that 3 to 4 feet. There we go. Get that a little bit further. Just kind of love that. It always seems like every once in a while that wind's just pushing the boat. That's what the thing is, you know, without a strike indicator, you really have to watch what's going on, because at least I can see the pink worm down there. So if I see something all of a sudden take it, it's going to just be a quick draw. try to get it in these trees. Maybe something might think it's a bug or something that fell out of the leaves. Well, guys, like I said, I apologize if I'm not maybe going to catch anything today. I just feel out of sync because it's just been a while since I've been on a boat. It's been a while since I've been fishing. And even though it's like I know how to do it all, it's just sometimes you just feel like, oh, it's been a little while. I feel just a little rested today. We got a heron over there today. And I could be, you know, not in the best of spots right now. Yeah, so even oh no. There was a fish just right there, not even 30 feet in front of me. Just in front of the boat. This heron knows there's some fish around here. That's why he's sticking around. There's another good tip and trick for you. If you can see a heron fishing, it's possible he knows where them fish are. He might be a good indicator of, hey, come over here, there's some fish. Of course, now that I'm getting, yeah, there he is. He's getting mad that I took his fishing spot. I don't blame him. I would be mad too. Alright guys, this might be my last cast. Like I said, things are just kind of a little offset for me. Like I said, a little out of sync. It's just been a while since I fished. Yeah, it's just a good time though. Can't beat being out on the water today, but has been busy down at Lilley's Landing this week. We've had a lot of boat rentals. Today was kind of a nice slow day, but beautiful weather. People are enjoying going out on boats and fishing from the dock, so it's been good. It's been a good day. Like I said, it'd be even better if I could catch a fish, but it's alright if I don't catch a fish. I might try one last cast over here and see what happens with the mega worm without an indicator. Like I said, I have thrown them without indicators before, and you can catch stuff. It's just, you just have to be very mindful about what's going on, so. Right over there. It's kind of like in the sunlight, but also in the shade. Might get some luck here. I'll tell you this, a big benefit of the strike indicator too is when a boat passes you like that, anything under a float is going to get like that wake to kind of move and bounce the float up and down, and sometimes that gives you a more natural look and something that you can't replicate, and that can actually get you more fish. So sometimes these wakes can be a good thing. So don't think all wakes are bad. Sometimes they can actually help you catch fish, which is fantastic. Alright, well, I'm just not having any luck off this mega worm, so like I say, it could be the wrong color, could be that I need to really try to put it under a float, I could be in the wrong location. There's always a lot of factors when it comes to, well, it probably doesn't help that the hook hooked into the mega worm, so it just looked like a big piece of bubble gum. That's great. So who knows how long I'd been doing that for. All right, well, we'll give it That might have just been that one cast potentially, but let's just do one final throw in with this jig and see if we can catch a fish, and that's it. Like I said, I've just been a little off sync today. It's been a while since I've caught fish or even gone fishing. And honestly, I like to go fishing when I'm kind of in the mood to fish, you know. Just to come out and fish, to fish is different. You have to kind of really be in the mood to fish. I feel like maybe this morning, maybe I'm not in the right mood to fish. I don't know. Maybe that's why I'm off sync. You know, I don't mind doing one cast, but I've just been so busy that fishing is just the furthest thing off my mind. I've been working on lots of projects at work as well as at home. And I don't know, it's just hard for me to have leisure fun time. So you'd think that this would be fun for me, but when I haven't been fishing in a while, it's like everything just feels like it's foreign to me right now, and it makes it tough to enjoy it as much as I usually do. But that's all right. Just because I don't catch a fish doesn't mean it's the end of the world or anything. Just some days you'll catch them, some days you just won't, and that's okay. I mean, I'd prefer to be catching fish when I'm on there with you guys, but it's some days it's just a little slower. It's a little slow today, I've noticed. But yeah, I'd say I've got at least two misses today. Like I said, I had 2 bites. Could have got them. They were just real quick. But otherwise, did what we could. And we'll probably just see you tomorrow. Thank you guys for sticking in with me today, and I appreciate it. Have a good day, and we'll see you soon. Bye.